Come on in, Ben.
All right. David, we're talking about building a studio, and we're implying that a studio is just a place where you shoot, but you run a business out of here.
Right.
You had to make a bunch of decisions in addition to where you're going to shoot.
Right.
You've got offices, conference rooms. What all do we have in this building?
So we've got offices that we do post-production work because we shoot, all of our files have to be touched up in one way or another, whether it's just basic, just color or contrast. And then we have to deliver those digital files. So we do some post-production work. Got meeting spaces, which is a conference room, which we needed for client meetings and such. A nice space to sit down. And then just general offices for your support staff, whether it's a photographer, office manager, sales, or whatever.
So we'll see the studio in a minute. You're shooting digitally, obviously. You're editing digitally. Are you all wired to go immediately from the studio to post-production?
Everything is wired together, and it's a basic kind of a network. It's not a fancy one,
Okay.
but it's we can deliver stuff to any of our laptops, any of the workstations right from the studio.
Okay. I mentioned before that this is not your first studio.
Right.
When you were starting to put this together in your head, was there anything you learned from the previous one that you knew you wanted to do differently? Was there something that had been bugging you that you wanted to fix?
The one thing that we learned was we felt a little cramped at the other space. There wasn't adequate storage for the most part. We had plenty of offices and plenty of studio space, but we didn't have a good meeting space. We didn't have enough storage space,
Okay.
whether it's gear or props. And so that's one thing we needed. And for the video side, we didn't have enough power at the other space. We needed more electrical and power.
Okay. Now those are going to be a lot of technical concerns that you're facing. How much of the decisions that went into this building are you, and how much are you relying on architects, consultants?
So a lot of what went into this building is me, because the architects and stuff, they don't understand our business.
Okay.
You know, they don't see, like, why do you need 600 amps of power?
Okay.
You know, that's enough to run the whole city block.
Okay.
And that was their exact words. And it's like, well, you know, I understand that, but you know, when you run a 20K tungsten light, 3 or 4 of them, you need 600 amps of power.
Okay.
So they don't understand a lot of the spaces. They don't understand the curved walls for the psych.
Really?
You know, how are we going to get them built? You know, who's going to build it? And so those are things that, you know, we bring into the table that is kind of a unique thing to us. So.
Was it difficult to find somebody who could accommodate those needs?
No, I think that any type of general kind of a contractor can do it. It's just you have to be able to articulate in your needs to them and show them examples of what you need done. So, like the psych wall, you know, you try to explain it, they don't know. Then you try to find a photo of a psych wall. It's hard to find a photo of a psych wall because they're invisible.
That's the point.
And so then you have to go out and you have to find like some resources to show them like what you're trying to get built.
Okay.
And then they'll take care of it. But it's you have to have a little patience on both sides. They have to have a little patience and you have to have a little patience.
Okay.
So
That's good advice.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go take a look at what you built.
all right, let's do it.